Pfizer created a little bit of news. They are going to acquire a company with the name of Metsera. And Metsera is a company that is in the weight loss industry. And they are in the clinical stage of their particular drug and their treatment for obesity. And Pfizer's known for this. They acquire businesses a little early. They like to acquire them when they're early in their whole development cycle. And the good news is that if this drug works or if this treatment works, they're going to have the patent for a long time. That's the good news. The risk is, what if the FDA says, yeah, we don't like the results, or the results are mixed, or the results are unsubstantiated, that you're actually going to help people with obesity. We think your treatment doesn't work. Then guess what? You just acquired a company that doesn't have much value. Looking at the actual timeline, this is off the Metsera website. They have they're in phase 2. They need to get through phase 3 successfully, and then be approved for commercialization. And of course, it'll be compared against Novo Nordisk, that treatment, as well as Eli Lilly. And if it's better than those, look out. This thing's probably going to be worth a lot for Pfizer. If it's not as effective as those other companies, again, they acquired a business that doesn't have much value. Now, at this point, Metsera, on Friday, they were worth $3.5 billion. And they're pre-revenue. So this is without any revenue. This is what they were worth. Today, they're going to be worth about $8 billion. So really nice morning for any Metsera investors that are out there. If you're a Metsera investor, congratulations. You're probably going to have something nice for lunch today, or maybe dinner. You're going to be feeling a little wealthier. Is that a train bell, or is that because it's 9:22 anyway?
I was celebrating Metsera.
There we go.
Shareholders.
Yeah. All right. So we've got market cap 3.5 billion, and then analysts think it's still a strong buy with very tremendous upside. I'd love to see their forecast and see what they think is going to happen. Over the 1 year, the stock is up substantially. I guess investors are really buying into their science. Again, they don't have any revenue, so it's not very interesting at all to look at that. 5 analysts cover this stock. They all think it's gonna be worth it. But we're not going to see any revenue for the next couple of years. So Pfizer's buying this business. They're going to pay $8 billion or so. And it's just going to be an asset that doesn't produce any revenue, any cash flows, nothing for a couple of years. And again, the risk reward, if it works, and I'm sure Pfizer, they've got brilliant scientists. It's probably a giant, reference that a big pharmaceutical company that knows the science is buying this business. They probably think this is going to work. So it's probably going to work. We'll see how disruptive it is to Novo Nordisk, which leads me to wonder what is happening with NVO. NVO is trading down, probably on the news that, hey, your competitor out there is trying to bring a drug to market in a few years that's going to compete against your most successful drug. Interesting.
What about Lilly?
And let's take a look at Lilly. And Lilly is down a little bit.
Not too much. Okay.
Not too much. So Metsera is definitely doing great. Now, Pfizer, their stock is also catching a small rally, and but it's kind of fading as I speak. Interesting. Now, I've been disappointed with Pfizer. I'm a stockholder of Pfizer, and you see the 1 year. You can see why I'm disappointed. Is it just hasn't gone anywhere. I think a good part of it is that they don't have a real good growth plan for the next 2 years. They got themselves through the COVID era. They did great during COVID because they had one of the vaccines, and they just generated so much darn, profit and cash. But they find themselves with no growth, and that's pretty undesirable by the market. And this acquisition is interesting, but as mentioned, it's not going to help help Pfizer grow their revenue line for the next 2 years for sure. And maybe year 3, it begins to click and it adds a little bit of revenue. And maybe in 4 years, you would see this stock really rally. So not, I think it's potentially a good thing for Pfizer for its future, but it's not, in my mind, not affecting the stock a whole lot today, nor for the next couple of years. And Pfizer for me is actually, I've been disappointed with the stock, and I'm a stockholder. They pay a nice dividend, by the way, 7%, and they can afford it. They have lots of cash and they're acquiring businesses out there. Thank you for watching my channel. It's been really fun and satisfying to have a channel for a couple of years. I've met a lot of great investors, and together we've really grown. And I wanted to offer you the opportunity to become a member of the channel. It'll give you more access to valuations, research, more access to more videos, the tools that I use, as well as being more connected with me, as well as other members of this channel. There's 4 different levels. Take a look and see if one of the levels is something you'd be interested in. I think you'll benefit from being involved, and I hope to see you soon on one of the member calls or on Discord.